Hello friends, I am Gauransh Bhardwaj and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I go on to my cricketing analysis, I would like you all to please like, share, subscribe and comment on my channel and keep motivating me to strive hard for my work and to keep doing what I am doing. Now moving on, today I am here to analyze, to dissect the second day's play of the Ashes, the third Ashes test match, Boxing Day test match at the MCG. There was a slight delay in the start, a half an hour delay in the start of the match because of some of the COVID scare in the England camp. There were two support staff members that were tested COVID positive in the England camp, along with two family members of the player who were also tested positive. But all the English players were tested negative, so the match was ready to go after half an hour. I think that's the only slight delay in the test match, which is very much fast moving. At the end of the day too, there has been Australia who have been bundled out for 267, and England batting second have also lost their 4 wickets. This is ridiculously fast for any test match. Usually people say that day 3 is a moving day, but the delayed start in the first two days of this test match was the only delay, but when play resumed, it has been going very fastly. I think it should be a 3 or 3.5 day half day test match. According to my predictions, I would like to get it wrong, but it seems as if it's not going to be wrong. Now moving on to the analysis, Australia resuming day 2 were 61 for 1 with night watchman Lyon not out and Marcus Harris, whose form is a concern, not out on 20. And while England were bundled out for 185, they needed some early wickets because of that small, meager first inning total. An early wicket, they took early wicket. The simple answer is yes, they took. The first time they showed the signs of some intent in their bowling. Especially, first of all, they need to get the night watchman line out early, and they did get him out early with a little bit of an in-swinger from Ollie Robinson. Ollie Robinson has been in excellent form throughout this Ashes series, and now it was turn of the evergreen James Anderson along with the speed gun Mark Wood. Mark Wood has been called for by the Aussie commentators or by the English commentators as being the difference in the two bowling lineups, or certainly in the England batting lineup, and he was England bowling lineup, sorry, pardon me if I get some wrong, England bowling lineup, and he was the difference. He was certainly the difference because he was clocking 140s constantly in a remember in a bowling attack of 129 to 135 kph. He was clocking 140s, above 140s regularly, so that is a significant rise in pace, and he was bowling some hostile pace. He was not afraid to bang in short. He was bowling fuller lengths, challenging the bat every time, going wide of the crease and bringing the ball back in 4th, 5th stump. And Jimmy Anderson, oh, what a legend he is. I don't think anyone has got anything or any question mark over the quality of this ageless test warrior. That's Jimmy Anderson. He's got the numbers He's got over 550 wickets. He's played over 160 test matches and he's still going. He's still as vicious, as incisive as he can be. Again, he was bowling some challenging lines, and one of the lethal things that was, according to me, one of the lethal things for Jimmy Anderson on that day was that outswinger that pitches on the stump line and then swings out. That is a pretty much difficult ball to execute and also to play. Also, they got out Manas Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Travis Head. Travis Head and Marcus Harris was building a partnership in the middle, but England kept bowling those tough line and lengths, especially Mark Wood and Jimmy Anderson, and Travis Head, being a natural aggressive striker of the ball, he can't resist and played at one outside the off stump, caught the edge and onto the slips. That is one of the impeccable or the best bowling display for England for quite a long time, or in this series for quite a long time. Now they were bundled out for 267 with a lead of 82 runs, and you might be in bewilderment when I say that the top scorer of this innings for Australia was Marcus Harris, whose form was a concern leading into this in this series, whose form was a concern, but got constant backing from the management, from the selectors, from the head coach. Remember, Justin Langer just came and said that that they wanted a solid opening combination of David Warner and Marcus Harris, and they are going to give as many chances as they can for Marcus Harris to cement his place at the top of the order, and cement his place. He did cement his place. Scored 76 runs, and he was temperamentally very strong. He was just resisting outside off stump. Sometimes he got those streaky outside edges boundaries, but that can happen if you are up against an out and out full gassed attack that was from England. Are quite quality knock from Marcus Harris, and I would say that if Australia reached to a lead or to a respectable total of 267 and a lead of 82, it was courtesy of Marcus Harris. So now moving on, England came with not a huge lead. 82 is not a huge lead, but as I said, that England batting is very fragile. They are having technical deficiencies. I said it yesterday, and they showed it today also in their second innings, that they are a one-man army. Haseeb Hameed and Zach Crawley, the new opening combination, again didn't make merry with the new ball and succumbed to Mitchell Stark's bowling. He has been bowling quite well this series. There were question marks over his form leading into this Ashes series, but right from the start, when he got Rory Burns on the first ball of the first Ashes test, he has been on song, leading the attack in the second test match, and now bowling quite consistent line and lengths outside that fourth or fifth stump channel. And England openers have to understand that in test cricket, wherever it is, leave is your best friend. As the famous Australian commentator Kerry O'Keefe used to say, that leave is your best friend. So keep leaving outside off stump. You will get deliveries from the bowler paged up, or where you can score runs, but outside off stump, if it is outside off stump, then keep leaving those. Now moving on, they are 31 for 4, tormented tormented English batting lineup, by the Australian bowlers. And I also want to talk about Scott Boland, the debutant. It is his home ground, but he took one wicket only, and looked not so much pretty impressive in the first, not so impressive in the first innings, but he looked impressive in his very first over, getting Asif Hamid and then the night watchman Jack Leach out in three deliveries, 2 wickets. So he was just bringing the ball back in from wide of the angle, and when you are facing those kind of deliveries that seems that they are coming in and then just leaves the right hander, then you have to play at it as a batsman, because you think that it is going to shatter your stumps. But clever bowling, clever display, and it is going to be a long road for England. Remember, Ben Stokes is still not out along with Joe Root. This pair is very much important if England have to make something significant in the second innings. Other than that, I think this would be Australia, out and out Australia's match. Australia are in driving seat, and if Ben Stokes and Joe Root didn't score some runs, then England could be in a very trouble and could give away their Ashes. That's all from the Ashes analysis, and there has been some of the news update that I am receiving from the India-South Africa test match, that the second day's play has been called off due to some of the unrelenting incessant rains. So that's all from here. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on my YouTube channel. Thank you all.